Nationals MP Barnaby Joyce joins us live this morning. Barnaby, good to see you. Thanks for your time. So, should the border with Indonesia be closed in your view?
If it stops foot and mouth coming in, absolutely. Just let's look at this, Peter. Foot and mouth comes in, everyone thinks, oh, that's something for the cockies, it's going to be bad for the farmers. No, it's bad for you. No more milk, no more cheese, no more butter, no more yogurt, no more beef, no more steak, no more lamb, no more chops, no more mutton, no more roast, no more pork chops, no more sausages, no more mince. What do you think is going to happen to your food bill? It will go through the roof. So it's an issue for you. It really is an issue for you. The way the disease works, you get an ulceration of the tongue, you get ulceration of the feet, the virus gets in there. So the beast, the sheep, the pig stands still, doesn't move, doesn't eat, doesn't walk anywhere, starves to death. How do they deal with it? Mass extermination. Everything dies. And a mass lockdown. And you think, oh, well, that's somebody else's problem. If you're moving soil, you stop as well. Earth movers, excavators, stop. Farm machinery stops. How are you going to harvest a crop? Can't move your farm machinery. So this is a disaster. It's a disaster on our doorstep. Now they said they found the virus, but it was inert. And it was. The virus they found was inert, couldn't have spread. That's like finding a dead mouse under your fridge. I mean, you don't say, well, that's the only one. You say, okay, they're here. Where's the rest? Go looking for them. They've only just brought in sanitary bars, or they haven't. They say they're going to. They're probably not even there. We got people came in with that meat. The people who tried to bring the meat in from Indonesia, they went through. All the other people on the plane went through. Where are they? Where are they walking around now? So this is a disaster. It's incompetence. The Prime Minister's office should take this over because obviously it's way over Murray Watt's head. So
if you're in government, what are the measures that you would be taking right now?
Right now, I'd be saying no. Right at the very start, no shoes coming back into Australia. Buy a cheap pair of shoes when you go overseas because they're not coming back. Anything that touches the ground, any soil that's touched the soil, doesn't come back. Number one, if you try and get around this, if we catch you at the airport with you getting around it, we're not throwing the book at you. You might spend some time inside. So really think about it if you want to lie. Really think about it. We're going to have a baiting program because if it gets in the feral pig population, feral depopulation, we can't get rid of it. We need to check the toxicity of the baits. We've got to check the baiting regime. We've got to make sure we're ready to go. We've got to have a clear understanding of the people who've come in already. Where have they gone? We've got to understand how do these products get this far. We'll be finding people in Australia, whether they're rural science students, vet students, farm workers who are competent with cattle husbandry, and saying to the Indonesian government, can we work with you? We've got about 2,000 head of cattle in Bali. Can we come over there, help you vaccinate the lot? Or alternatively, say this to them. We're running an idea party. Tell us what you think of it. We'll buy all your cattle, the whole lot. We'll buy them all, destroy them, and we'll give you another 2,000 head to take their place that are clean. So, what do you think of that idea?
So would you shut the border now or would you wait a little bit further? At what point would you shut the border?
I think you'd have to shut it now. And remember, it's not shutting forever. It's shutting for the period of time that it takes them to get on top of the disease in Bali. That's because we've got about 300,000 people go to Bali each year. So if you'd say that 1%, 2%, 3% of them get through, you got thousands and thousands of people. 1%, 1% of 100,000 is 1,000 people. 200,000, 2,000 people. If they're getting through, lies, people not telling the truth, accidental, mate. Some of them are wandering around Rockhampton, some of them are wandering around Dubbo, Tamworth, Sydney, doesn't matter. And if it gets out, how do we claw this back? How do we get it out? How do we get rid of the feral pigs, feral goats? How do we do that? What happens to the northern cattle industry? What about all the abattoir workers? All gone. Thousands of men and women out of a job. Stock and station agents, cartage operators, the money that goes into the shops, the hairdresser, the coffee shop. And in Sydney, oh boy, you think you had a problem finding toilet paper during COVID, wait till you can't find anything to eat.
It sounds like you think it might be inevitable that this thing creeps out.
No, what I'm doing is enthusing. I just think the government is negligently incompetent at this stage. It's hopeless. At the start, they didn't even want to put in footbaths. They put in flyers, a social awareness campaign on social media, and a couple more dogs. That's what was protecting you from astronomical food price shortages and rises. That's what they did. I think it's out of the league of Senator Murray Watt. It must go to the Prime Minister's office. He must take control of this. And we're saying right at the start, we've got to be hard-nosed politics on this. If this does get out, you, the Labor government, have got to go.
Just a question of curiosity here. And the UK saw this 20 odd years ago. If you've got to cull the cattle, if you've got to put those culling programs in place, and again, worst case scenario, how long does it take to repair that, to bring those stocks back?
Look, we're still, even on, and I'll declare an interest, we're cattle producers, right? We sold cattle on Monday. We're still recovering from the drought. You can't see, when all the cattle are destroyed, what are you going to buy? Where are they going to come from? They'll fall out of the sky. Where's the replacement stock come from? It takes, a gestation of a cow is about the same as a person, 9 months. Then they have a calf, and then you got to wait for the calf to grow up. They say you're waiting 2 or 3 years before your heifer can. So we're talking 4 or 5, and that's from low numbers, 10 years plus, easy. But the start of it is where your cattle coming from. You shot them all. They're destroyed.
Concerning, no doubt about that. Barnaby Joyce, just one more question. I want to get your thoughts on China indicating that Australian coal ban will end. Do you believe it?
Well, I believe when I see it, but that's a good thing. When China banned coal, the person that hurt the most was China. The price of coal went through record levels and record volumes. China's extraction of coal was the most in history over their 2 quarters. And you've got to remember this, people, if you want to reduce emissions, use Australian coal, okay? As much as that might annoy people, use Australian coal. Because when the Indians use Indian coal, Chinese use Chinese coal, other coal, it's vastly higher emissions, and they are not stopping building coal-fired power stations. That's something we talk about. They're much more pragmatists. They want baseload power. They want to keep their manufacturing industry. They want to keep exporting to you, and they want to drive your manufacturing industry into the ground and get rid of it. And they're doing it.
Okay, Barnaby Joyce, we're out of time, but good to have you with us this morning. Thank you. We'll talk to you again soon.
You're welcome, Peter.